Hi everyone, so today I'm here to do a requested video. This video was requested by Radiant Christina and it's going to be my top 10 favourite standalone novels. So these are going to be in no particular order because apart from the last three, because they're my top 3 favourites. But yeah, I'm just going to get started. So I'm going to start with Easy by Tamara Webber. This is a new adult book. I absolutely adored it. It's just a story about this girl called Jacqueline who has boy troubles with her ex-boyfriend, and she meets this guy called Lucas. They're both dealing with their issues and I really loved it. Next we have Acid by Emma Pass. This was a recent read and it's definitely a standalone from what I can tell. This is a dystopian, it's full of action. There's an amazing main character and there's just so much going on that I definitely recommend this standalone. Next we have 20 Boy Summer by Sarah Ockler. This is another recent read. I read this at the end of April and I just fell in love with it. It's such a cute contemporary novel. There's some deeper storylines going on as well, which keeps it interesting and I really loved it. Next we have 10 by Gretchen McNeil, which is another recent read. But this one is different again. This one is actually a YA horror novel, which is based on Agatha Christie's And Then There Were None, I think that's the name of the book. And it's basically about these teenagers who go to an island for a party, but there's a killer on the loose. And yeah, it's really good. Next we have The Statistical Probability of Love at First Sight. This is just a really short contemporary read. It's so sweet. And yeah, I just fell in love with this book and the characters and the story and everything about it. Next we have The Truth About Forever by Sarah Dessen. This is my all-time favourite Sarah Dessen novel. I just love the characters. I love Wes. He's my favourite male character that Sarah Dessen has ever written. I love seeing how Maisie is dealing with her dad's death and how meeting Wes and everything else that happens in this book helps her to sort of overcome that, and it's just such an amazing book. I recommend anything by Sarah Dessen really. Next we have 13 Reasons Why by Jay Asher. I borrowed this one from the library. This is a story about a girl who commits suicide and she recorded tapes, and there are 13 tapes and these tapes are all reasons why she killed herself, and they're being sent to the 13 people who led to her suicide. So it's a very interesting story and having to uncover everything that led to her suicide is pretty disturbing, but it's just such an outstanding novel that I highly recommend it. Next we have Anna and the French Kiss by Stephanie Perkins. I absolutely adore this book. It's such an amazing contemporary. It's probably my favourite contemporary of all time. It's set in Paris. It focuses on this girl called Anna and she falls in love with this guy called Sinclair, although he has a girlfriend, and yeah, it's all about that and it happens in Paris. And then we have A Place Called Here by Cecilia Heron. So this is actually an adult novel, but I love this one. This is my favourite Cecilia Heron novel. It's probably one of the first adult novels I read. I think I read it about 5 or 6 years ago. It's just outstanding. It's about this girl called Sandy Shore, and when she was young, this girl that she knew, Jenny May, disappeared. And then Sandy herself ends up disappearing and she stumbles upon this world where everything that's missing ends up, and it's just such an amazing and outstanding novel. And number 1 on my favourite standalone novels is Elsewhere by Gabrielle Zevin. I adore this book. I must have read it when I was in like 3rd year and it's stuck with me ever since. I actually didn't get myself a copy of it until last year, so it's been years since I'd read it, but I still knew the story. Everything still stuck with me and I reread it and I still loved it as much as I did the first time I read it. So this one is about a 15-year-old girl called Liz who's killed in a hit and run accident, but she doesn't awake in heaven or anything. She awakes in this place called Elsewhere, and this is where everyone who dies goes and they age backwards until they're babies and they can get sent back to Earth. So it's just a really cute contemporary novel and it's just amazing and I cannot recommend this one enough. It's just such an outstanding novel. So that's my top 10 favourite standalone novels. Let me know in the comments what your favourite standalone novels are, because I really need to read more standalones because I haven't read that much and I would really like some recommendations for some to read. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys later. Bye everyone!